Well, let's see if it came today. Supposed to be in here yesterday. Oh great, look. More crap on my road. They cannot leave my road bank alone. Look at that. It was starting to come back. Nope. Now it looks like this. There it is. Hot dig. Been waiting on this. Been waiting on this. So glad each and every one of you can stick around. Today we're going over a modification. It is super cheap, super easy, and man, it's supposed to make owning a 5th gen a world better. What is it? It's in this bag, which we just walked out to the mailbox and got. So let's get it cut open and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Now here we go. My magic letter opener. Try not to cut myself. I'm just going to lightly trim. Well, I think I get it in there. Let's go this way. That'll probably be a little better. This came from California. The way I found out about it is a great YouTube channel called Mr. Hard to See. I will put his the link to his channel in the description box below, because he has an awesome 5th gen car. 5th gen Camaro. This thing is a beauty. He spends more money on his car than I have in my whole house probably. It's ridiculous. But anyhow, I will put all the pertinent information, where I got this, how much it cost, all that stuff in the description box. So please be sure to look in the description box if you're interested in this. Now, first thing out, important note, this thing looks like it's folded up in somebody's pocket. But here you go. You see, you get all the silicone covers and stuff for the keys, all that great stuff. Important note, if you buy a remote, you need to go to your local dealer or locksmith shop to cut it. Yeah, I know all about that. If you buy a remote key shell, you need to transfer the old remote board chip battery to the new shell. You need to cut the key blade at professional. There, I got that. So there's that, and here's what's in here. Another bag. Imagine that. Another bag. So let's get it open. As you can see, it's a blank switchblade. Yes. Get it opened up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap this over. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take, this is just a shell with the switchblade. As you see, there's a switchblade. So anybody that is wanting to go back to the switchblade instead of having the dangle, this is your option. But I can take this to my local hardware store and they'll cut it. Or if you take your old key fob, you see that pin right there? I actually have it in one of my videos. If I can remember, I'll show you how to take that out, and then you can swap this with one that's already cut. No problem. But I'm just going to take mine and get it cut because I want to go back to the switchblade and keep this key as just the emergency spare. But this is just a shell. I'll show you how to open it and everything in a little bit. It even has the logo on the back. I mean, not the logo, the spot for the logo right there. So you can either take this one out and reuse it or buy you a new one. No big deal. But everybody's having a problem taking these things apart. They're tearing them up. And I'm going to show you the easy way. So let's get inside and I'll show you how to do it. Like I said, this is such a nice upgrade because these buttons are hard plastic. They are not rubber. So these will last much longer. But there's two things you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers and a small screwdriver. There is a small screw right in there. It's a Phillips head. You're going to need to get that out. Now, as for the screwdrivers, you can buy a really cheap set at Harbor Freight. I mean, this is a one-time deal. Pick up a really cheap set of screwdrivers you'll never use again. Mine, I happen to have cobalts. These were actually, I found these in the road a long time ago. Well, actually, my wife did. But that's all you're going to need. First thing you want to do is pop out your switchblade. Take your screwdriver, and there's a slot. It's kind of hard to see. Let me get my other light. There's a slot right there. You stick a screwdriver in there, pocket knife, whatever you have, and pop that open. And then take this back cover off. Like so. That's where your battery goes. You'll want to remove that too. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Then there's a screw right here. Use the Phillips screwdriver. Take that small itty bitty screw out. Do not lose it. Put it somewhere where you will not lose it. And then we got to take it the rest of the way loose. There's a screw there and a screw there. Take these two screws out. Actually, there's 3 screws. I've taken that one out. I've taken that one out. I've taken that one out. And the cool thing is they give you a new bow tie in here. so you don't have to mess with taking out. I didn't know that they did that. So they give you a brand new one. It's just held on with tape anyway. Well, you take these 3 screws out, and then the whole housing should come apart. But if you notice, I am pressing on top of it because for the switchblade to work, there's a spring in there and I don't want to lose anything. So now we just gently open this up. Notice the way that the spring is pulling it. So we want to be able to put that back just like that and wind it back in. So it turned clockwise, so we want to go counterclockwise when we put it back together. But for right now, we're just going to set all this over to the side. Okay, just like that. This is where all your internals are going to go, coming out of that one. So I'm going to take my key off, put that over to the side, not going to need that anymore. Now I have this insert, so I'm going to have to try to get that out, which is no problem. Just take the little screwdriver. Screwdriver goes in there, wedge up on it, then just grab it with your fingers and pull it the rest of the way out, like so. And see, that actually just takes the place of your key, of your switchblade. Pretty neat, but we don't need that anymore. And that's all it does, it just fits right down in there. So I'll set that over to the side, no longer need that. Now here's where everybody's been having trouble. Let's get the battery out. I personally like to use my fingers so I don't mess anything up. See, it comes right open. Just remember how the battery's oriented. Take that out. Take the battery out, set it over to the side, and you can see the internals. That's what you're going to be reusing. Here's where everybody has been having so much trouble getting this thing apart. They've been taking screwdrivers and all kind of stuff, just destroying these things. Because you really don't have to do that. Watch what happens. Just make sure your switchblade is open. See? Just make sure it's open, right? In other words, this would be like this. Take a pair of needle nose, and if you look, let me get my light again. If you look right here, there's a hole right there. Just stick the pair of pliers down in there and watch what happens. Stick the pliers in there, hold it down like so, and pull it apart. Man, that's the easiest way I found to do it. And as you can see, it doesn't totally destroy the thing, but it does tear it apart. But I like to save mine just because I want to keep the numbers. So if you don't want to save it, at least write the numbers down in case you ever need another one. As you can see, my button come out. It was falling apart anyway. So now all you want to do is take your new key fob internals, the old key fob internals, I'm sorry. Alright, here we go with the final, with assembly. We've got all the old stuff off to the side, we no longer need that. So looks like a mess of parts, but it is very, very, very simple. And if you look at this, there's only one way it can orient itself. It's got to go like this, because if it's like that, it can't close. It'll go that far and it'll stop. So it has to go that way. Then you have your push buttons. If you look on here, you'll see that the push button has tips all the way around it. They're different sizes, different locations, and the same as on the inside of the hole. So you just take it, drop it down in there, right, and just rotate it with your fingers until you find these set of holes that allow it to go all the way through, like that right there. Once you get that, set it to the side, and I'm going to show you the control board. This is the control board. This is all there is to your remote key fob. If you look, there's a hole right there, right there, and there is a notch on the bottom of this right here. Okay, there's actually 2 spots on your new key fob for that. There's a black pin right here, okay, right there, that hole goes on, and then the notch in the bottom goes right here on this piece of silicone. If you don't put that perfect, it'll work crazy. Like if you go to lock it or unlock it, it'll pop open your trunk and unlock the cars. So naturally the buttons go down. This is your buttons. The buttons go down. First thing I recommend doing is putting it on that notch, on that little piece of silicone right there. Dropping it down, moving it around until it locates itself on that pin. Now it won't move. It is in there. It's not going anywhere. set it back down to the side. Take your blank key, as you can see it's still sticking out all the way. Drop it down in the hole. If it pushes itself back up, no big worry, put your finger on it, put it on there, and then just set it down. Next up is your spring. If you look at this spring on this end, it's regular, right? If you look at the other end, you see that little piece of extra wire sticking off right there? This piece locks into the back cover. This piece goes down in the push button. Like I said, no extra piece of metal. Stick it down in the push button hole, like so, and let go of it. Now we got to put on the cover. If you remember from the disassembly, we rotated it clockwise. Well, now we're going to rotate it clockwise, but here's what I strongly recommend doing. And you can play with this to get it exactly the way you want. But what I would do, and you can look, there is a pin right there that goes inside that spring. And let me show you real quick. If you look right here, the spring actually locates itself right there in that groove. You can see how the plastic is high right here. The spring will actually locate itself, that little tip that's sticking off, against that as you rotate it. So just take everything, hold it, you know, best you can. Stick that tip down in your spring and just lightly push down on it so that it clears everything but holds the spring. I'm going to rotate this 2 times. Because before I put my control board in, I sat here and played with this and I just moved my control board. Dang it. There's one. There's 2. And well, 1.5. Well, now I'm going to stop. I got to make sure that my control board is still in the correct spot. It's on the pin and it's on the silicone. So now hold it by the side, gently spin it around, make sure nothing moves. As you come around this last time, push it all together like such. And if you feel that something moved on you, just pick it back up and check it. Now all you gotta do is put the screws in. I'm gonna use the needle nose just for ease. Drop it down in the hole, because it's kind of hard doing all this and recording and everything else. I recommend, with this being plastic, going reverse first and then start tightening down, because what that will do is it'll line up the holes. Now I'll go up to the top one, drop right one in. Tighten it down. Like I said, go backwards to start with, and then gently start tightening it down. Take the third one. Drop it down in the hole. Starting to, I don't know why I keep grabbing that one. And tighten it down. Run them all the way down. If it doesn't feel like it's going down, like I said, back it back out and start over. Make sure everything's lined up good. Once you get that, push the button, close it, make sure it pops open. If you like that spring tension, go ahead and put your battery in. So now we're going to take the battery, we're going to slide it in, right? Put the back cover back on it, line it up with the pins, and just snap it in place. Check the key room, see how easily it opens. Now let's go out to the car and make sure everything works. Alright, you can see the lock. Just hit unlock, lock, yep. Let's try the trunk now. Trunk works perfect, hot dig. Oh man, yeah, looking good, ain't she? Boy howdy. Oh, we don't need that anymore, we don't need this anymore, yada yada yada. All we got left to take care of is that right there. And I did not know that they actually give you a new one. Sweet. So all we gotta do is hold it, pull the tab, right? It's just double-sided tape. Line one side up with it, hold it, Push the other side in. Push down until it makes contact. And that's that. Much better than that, huh? Look at the difference. About the same size overall. The overall design and everything is about the same shape, but you have a little bit more down here to hook your key, lanyard, whatever else you want to use. But there you go. Push switchblade works great. Now all I have to do is get that cut, and we are off to the races. Hope you enjoy. Well, there you go. That's all there is to it. It is that bloody simple. It's amazing at how much something this minor can make such an improvement on your life. I know it seems crazy to think, but yes, this will make a big difference. I really like it. I think with shipping and everything, it was only like $12.62 for the 4-button. I'll put the link for the 4-button and the 5-button in the description below again, and Mr. Too Hard to See's channel. Go show him some love, because he's the one that put this out there. I didn't even know this existed. He's the one that put it out there, and now it's like wildfire. Everybody's wanting on, but it's that simple. So until next time, hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something new, something you might like, and we'll see you in the next one. Get out there and enjoy your car. Thanks for watching.